you're thinking about it all the time. But the difference is most people think they are thinking about what they want, when in fact they're thinking about the fact that they don't have it. They're thinking of the lack of it. You know which way you're going based on how you feel. If you feel anticipation, happiness, joy, if you feel as if you've already received it, you can taste it and feel it, it's already yours, baby. That's when it's flowing into you. That's when you're broadcasting at full power, at full intensity. There's no resistance on the lines. And that's when law of attraction is bringing in, and that's when the universe is doing everything like you wouldn't believe and you can't even see behind the scenes. All the stuff off your radar. 99.9% of the things are off the radar screen. You can't see them. You can't imagine them. You can't even imagine what they are. You can't even begin to dream of what they could be. But there are trillions of bits of data and information and particles being flowed and moved and adjusted in all these different scenarios and variables. And it's all being done to work to get what you want. It's a law. It has to happen. It is the law of attraction. It is pulling it into you, and it will come. More thoughts will come to you first, and you'll feel better and better, and then the physical manifestation will occur. Make sense? Good. Now, a couple elements, questions that come up at the break. How do I handle disappointment or failure, or when somebody says no? When you're making money or in life or in business, you will have what's called disappointments. You will have experiences which you want to go one way, but don't, and you get a feeling of disappointment. Or you're trying to do something and you fail and you feel bad. Or somebody says no to you and you feel bad. Now, the reason you feel bad is based on your habits. A situation that doesn't turn out the way you want, you say that's a disappointment. When you do something and it doesn't work, you say it's a failure. When somebody says no, you feel bad because you think you're not getting what you want. The reason you feel bad is because your focus goes to the lack. Your focus goes to the thought that you're not going to get what you want, the lack of what you want, the fact that you don't have what you want. Therefore, you feel bad. And that happens because it's a habit. Neural pathways have been drilled into you, into your brain, and it's a habit out of that ball of negative energy. The fact is, if you look at the people who are operating using this technology at the highest levels, like many of the people here that you've met, we don't. If you ask us, how do you deal with disappointment? We say, well, I don't feel disappointment. Well, how do you deal with failure? They go, well, we don't have failure. You mean you succeed in everything? Well, think about it. Thomas Edison. He, quote, failed 10,000 times trying to create the incandescent light bulb. But if you asked him, you failed 10,000, and they did, they asked him when he was alive, you failed 10,000 times when trying to create the incandescent light bulb. He said, no, I didn't. I successfully found 10,000 ways it would not work. You see, he understood that every time he found a way it wouldn't work, he was getting closer to his ultimate success. So what you would call as a failure and you would feel bad, he looked at as a success. Wow, this doesn't work. I'm getting closer. Do you understand that? That's the habit that people who use this technology at the highest levels utilize. A disappointment is something that doesn't turn out exactly the way you think it should. So you're disappointed. But if you understand that the way you think it should turn out probably isn't the best way for it to turn out, when something that happens that isn't to your liking, what we do out of habit is we're not disappointed. We just say one of two things. Either A, I caused this. What vibration did I put out? So do I need to change my vibration? Or B, wow, something incredible, even better than I could have imagined is about to happen. Because I thought this was the best way, but it ain't working out, so something gooder is happening. So we don't feel disappointment. We don't look at these things as disappointing. When somebody says no to us that we're expecting or we, quote, want to say yes, we just think, either I'm vibrating something incorrectly, my broadcast, my transmission of vibration must be maybe incorrect, let me check that. Or B, if it's right on target, then this no, which I didn't think should happen, obviously should have happened because I'm going to get what I want, and this no is a prerequisite for me to really getting what I want because I don't know what's off the radar screen. Do you understand that? So the answer is, anytime you are in a situation where you feel disappointment, knowing that's only happening because of habit, and know that you shouldn't feel disappointment. The first thing is, I should not feel disappointed. Obviously, I do. You're acknowledging the fact that you're feeling disappointed, or you feel bad because of a failure, or you feel bad because somebody said no. But the key is, you have to say, okay, why did this happen? Are you vibrating or transmitting an incorrect vibration? Okay, so work on that first. But then secondly, why am I feeling bad? The reason you're feeling bad is because you're focused on it not happening. And how do you change that? How do you change the focus on it not happening? Go back and say, no, that's what I'm focusing on. Now let me think about what I want. Let me focus on that and let me feel better. Because when you focus on what you want, you should feel better. If you focus on what you want and you don't feel better, that means you're really being pulled back and believing you won't get it. So that which you want either has to be corrected or changed, or you have to start basically changing your belief that you can get it. And how do you change your belief? You want something and saying, okay, obviously I'm not believing that I'm going to get this, so let me change this. Because I'm focusing on lack, which is why I feel bad. So I want to feel better and I really want this. So how do I start feeling better? Okay, well, it's not on my radar screen. I don't see any way I can get this. And based on all the circumstances that just happened, it looks even bleaker. But that's okay. I don't have a time limit on it. And I'm not putting any pressure on it. Other people get this. Well, if other people who are less intelligent than me, less worthy than me are getting this, then certainly I can. So I'm sure at some point I'll get this. And you start feeling better. You start moving again into the direction. The ultimate point you want to be is, oh, I'm absolutely getting this, not even a question, not an issue. But you may not be able to get at that point right away. You may be able to only go up one step at a time. You need to move your emotions. Remember, the ideal scene is that you feel great all the time, but the real focus is that you feel better than where you are all the time. So no matter what you feel, you're just trying to feel a little better. Just move yourself and feel a little better.
All right, fam. 2 minutes. We start at 10:15. So go in those group chats. Let everybody know that we are going to start in 2 minutes sharp. If you are on this call, take this time to grab a pen, grab a paper, grab your notebooks, get out of bed, grab your coffee. Put yourself in a good, intentional state of mind to receive the message this morning. And we'll be starting in 2 minutes, fam. Hope you guys are enjoying the audio.
If you can't do it with your own thoughts and you really feel bad, then use the Callahan technique or the Gary Craig technique, the tapping. And if you're doing all the things on the list that we gave you, this may be a great time for you to put on a CD and listen to your favorite song, or go for a walk, or read a book, or listen to one of our CDs, so you can start changing the way you feel. And that'll get you out of that funk. Same thing with criticism. How do you handle criticism? When somebody criticizes you, when somebody says something bad, you may have so many neural pathways and habits that have been ingrained that when somebody criticizes you, you cringe and you feel horrible. Well, What I would suggest is anytime somebody criticizes you, if you feel horrible, you instantly use the Callahan technique. You instantly use the Gary Craig technique and blow out that neural pathway. Change the neural pathway, because that's what the technique does. And it blows out that habit. So the next time somebody criticizes you, you won't feel that bad at all, if at all. Because if somebody's criticizing you, you shouldn't feel bad at all. It should be completely a non-issue. A guy can look at me and criticize me from night and day, and I'm just looking at him going, you know, that's fine. I mean, that's the way you think, but the way you think doesn't affect the way I think, and the way you think doesn't affect what happens in my life. I create my reality, and that's fine. And if somebody is criticizing me, I will listen, because maybe he's pointing out some things that I don't see, and maybe there's some things that I can do better. So I'm not offended in any way. But see, that's the habit that I have. Those are the neural pathways. But if you get even the slightest amount of criticism, you may cry, you may get upset, you may get beet red, you may feel horrible. The reason that's happening is because it's basically...
That was fire. That was fire. Awesome. There we go. What's up, familia? Grand Rising and happy Monday. I hope all of you are having a blessed start to your week. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling aligned. I'm feeling connected. And man, it's an amazing start to the week, guys. I just feel the energy. I don't know about you guys, but I feel some amazing energy this morning. It just feels like a lot of people are on their runs to success. I feel like a lot of people are starting to reach 7 days, double-digit days, and just the energy is just vibrant right now, and it's strong, and I can feel it. And the shift has definitely happened, and I'm super excited, dude. I was actually looking at it, and I'm like, man, I'm 29 days into my routine. 29 days, and because I'm thinking 66 days, I completely forgot that, dude, I'm about to be 30 days in, which is a whole month. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty dope when you actually sit down and think about it. Like, I'm about to tomorrow be 30 days. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, I've been staying consistent almost basically a whole entire month. Tomorrow will be a whole entire month, 31 days. So I'm feeling really good. Let me see how many days into your routine are you guys? I know we talked about staying consistent over the weekend. I hope you guys stayed consistent over the weekend. Even though I had a softball game, I stayed consistent. I did it in my at my house right before I left to the softball game. I made sure I got my meditation in. I made sure I got my reading and my journaling in before I left out. Now, it wasn't a full routine that included yoga and everything else, but I still took that hour to work on myself, right? I still did my gratitude. I still did my visualization. I still did my reading. I still did my journaling, right? So let's see what we got here. We got 5 days. We got 8 months. Man, we got 22 days, 7 days, 16 days, a lot of 22 days. Amazing. 28 days, 36 days strong, 141 for Cedric. Shout out to you, my brother. More 22s, man. What day was 22 days ago? Because it sounds like a lot of us had started on that same day, right? 29, 65 days. To be honest, I don't even know, man. That's bad. You got to keep track. Oh, that makes sense. All right, feeling amazing. 22, 10, 8, 12. Okay. Well, for those who are wondering, what these numbers are about, and the reason why we're bringing them up is because we want to take the time every single day to work on ourselves, right? We want to take the time to make sure that on a day-to-day basis, okay, we are at least taking either it's an hour, 2, or even 3 hours to do deep work on ourselves, right? The deep work is the key. Okay. And it makes sense why a lot of people have 22 days in a row is because today is August 22nd, and a lot of people started August 1st, right? Which is dope and which is amazing. So I'm actually super glad and super proud of all of the ones. I want you guys, for the ones who've been doing it for 7 days and above, How do you guys feel? Type it in the chat box. How are you guys feeling right now? Right? Like what is y'all feeling? What exactly are you guys vibrating? What is that word that you guys can describe, right? I see amazing, I feel so good, stupendous, bro, so amazing, magnificent, great, shifted, ecstatic, elated, golden, flow state, aligned. I feel complete, refreshed, so proud, concentrated. Look at all of these things, right? I've had many breakthroughs this month. Same, dude. I had a great breakthrough yesterday as well. Sensational, blessed, empowered. This is what happens when you work on yourself consistently, guys. This is really the key to everything. And I'm just super blessed and super grateful, that we have taken the time to work on ourselves. I'm having so many breakthroughs, so many quantum leaps in all areas of my life. I'm feeling good. My body is getting stronger. My mind is getting stronger. It just is becoming second nature for me doing all of this. And I'm only 29 days in and I'm feeling great, fam. So let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. And let's keep it going. So before we get this call started, let's go in the chat box and let's express one thing that we're grateful for. I think it's important that we express gratitude before we get into our lesson today. I am grateful for God. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my mind, my body, and my spirit. My mom, I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dadiana. I'm extremely grateful for my team and the leaders within my organization. I'm grateful for the whole I Am Mastery Academy family and the whole Mornings with Nano family, right? I'm grateful for Katie and Colby who are here with me. I'm extremely grateful for my Instagram family who jumps on every day. I'm grateful for the shake that I had this morning, the cassava shake that has me feeling really good. I'm extremely grateful for my strong body. I'm grateful for everyone who's played a part in the Mornings with Nano family, Jasmine Jones, Sana, Hansel Rodriguez, and just all my mentors, Matt Rosa, Matt Gribby, Jason Brown, Alex Morton, Sean Murphy, Darwin Lopez. I'm extremely, extremely grateful. Grateful for my day one brothers. Grateful for the time I got a chance to spend this weekend with some of my, old teammates from high school. Extremely grateful for them. And just grateful for life and this amazing week that I have ahead of me. All right, guys. So let's get today's call started. Today I'm going to be talking about something powerful. And it was something that I actually learned from KT. Okay. And, I've been listening to a lot of KT and I've been studying KT more than ever now. For those who don't know who KT is, Kevin Trudeau. I've been tapping into different levels, right? And a lot of you guys study KT, but majority of us, we've only studied level 1 of KT. Okay. And KT's level 1 is your wish is your command, right? Your wish is your command is just level 1, right? There's 5 levels to it. Okay, right now I'm on level 3. Okay, I've been studying level 3. And on level 3, he talked about breaking agreements. And I think that a lot of us need to hear this because it's something that I was listening to over the weekend that really touched me. And today's topic, for those who are wondering and who are taking notes, we are going to be talking about breaking agreements. Okay, now breaking agreements is one of the things that hold us back more than anything else in life. One of the things that hold us back the most, okay? Because you got to understand something about agreements, okay? When you say you're going to do something, okay, and you don't do that, you are breaking an agreement, okay? Now, Nano, can you describe the definition of an agreement, right, in just shorter words, right? An agreement is something that you agreed to that you were going to do. As simple as I can make it, right? In simple terms, an agreement by definition is something that you said you were going to do. Okay, you said you were going to read that book. You said you were going to show up at that time. You said you were going to wake up at that time. You said you were going to prospect a certain amount of individuals. You were going to study a certain amount of time a day, right? You had an agreement. Okay, so what tends to happen is, as individuals, we tend to break a lot of agreements throughout our lifetime. And what tends to happen is when we break those agreements, we start to hold ourselves back, because every agreement that you break holds you back subconsciously, because you start to develop the habit of, okay, starting something and never finishing it, setting agreements and never following through with them. And subconsciously, what it does to you is that it starts to lose confidence. You start to lose belief in yourself. Okay. You start to increase doubt in yourself. You start to become insecure. Okay. And fear starts to sink in because of the agreements that you are breaking. I'm going to repeat that one more time. When you break agreements, what tends to happen is you lose confidence. Okay. You lose confidence. You start to doubt yourself. You lose belief in yourself. You start to become insecure, and fear starts to sink back in due to the fact that you broke that agreement. Okay. And you got to understand that this is something that needs to stop. Okay. I've broken a lot of agreements, and I don't want anyone on this call to feel bad. Okay, because let me tell you something, I've broken agreements myself. I've said I was going to do things and I didn't do them. I started things that I never finished. But the thing is that this could be probably one of the key determining factors as to why you haven't been able to go out there and do the simple little things that can bring you the success that you want. Is because of the fact that you've broken so many agreements in the past. That's what KT was saying in the audio. He was saying that what stops most people from doing the simple little stuff that they got to do every single day is the fact that they've broken so many agreements beforehand. They've lost confidence. They've lost belief. They've started to doubt themselves. They've started to do all of these things. And that's the reason why they can't even get themselves to get out of bed to do the simple little basic things to help them accomplish success. Think about it. Some of us haven't even started reading yet. Some of us haven't even started meditating yet. Simple little things that can bring you so much success have yet to been applied due to the fact because lack of confidence, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of insecurities have started to sink in because you are breaking too many agreements. Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to fix that. This is a new week, right? This is a new week, right? What agreements have you made this week that you're going to stick to? Because remember, everything that you said you were going to do this week, if you don't do it, you just broke the agreement. Because it was something we agreed to. That was, and remember, the worst thing about it is that if when you break your agreements, it sucks even more. You can break agreements with other people too, but the ones that you have with yourself, those are the ones that hurt you the most. They start to add up. Remember, it's all energy. Energy cannot be transferred. Sorry. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. Okay. I'm going to repeat that again. Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So every time that you break an agreement, that energy is transferred. That energy is transferred now. Now, think about how much of that energy have you transferred over to the lack of keeping agreements. That is a lot of energy that is being transferred over to the lack of you keeping your agreements on what you said you were going to do. And the reason why I chose to do this call on this specific topic on this Monday morning is because it's the start of a week. And I don't want you guys to go and start your weeks and break any agreements that you've made for this week. Because for some of us, and I hope for most of us, I know that there's certain things that we want to accomplish this week. I know that there's certain things that we said we were going to do this week, whether it's waking up earlier, okay? Whether it's you're going to start to read more this week, whether it's you're going to post more on social media this week, whether it's you're going to study more, you're going to go to the gym more. Think about how many times we said we were going to go to the gym and we didn't go. Think about how many times you said, yo, I'm going to start eating healthier, and you didn't eat healthier. Think about how many times you said you were going to do a specific thing and you actually didn't do it. Every time that happened, you broke an agreement. Somebody asked in the chat, wouldn't that be dependent upon our mindset though? Because we can have the mindset where we could start over, but not too many times, right? Good question. The thing is that, yes, you can, remember, you can start over anytime, right? You could, remember, I could start over right now. If I was breaking agreements all last week, I can start over today, okay? But the only way that you can start over without any bad energy towards you is the acknowledgement of it. You have to acknowledge what agreements you've broken. What hurts people is when they go from agreement to agreement being broken without acknowledging it. You have to acknowledge it. Like, okay, yo, I haven't been consistent with that morning routine. I've been saying I was going to go to the gym, but I haven't been going to the gym. I've said I was going to study, I was going to post on social media, but I haven't done it yet. It's acknowledging it. You acknowledging the fact like, yo, I've been doing this, but changing it immediately. What you don't want to do, young Shah, is acknowledge it and then go back to it. Because what that's going to do is just going to break you down even more. So you can acknowledge it, right? You can acknowledge it. Yo, I haven't been doing this and this and this and that. But then let's say, for example, some people on this call, some of you are going to acknowledge it. Like, yo, Nano, you know what, Nano? You're right. I haven't been doing what I said I was going to do. Okay. They acknowledge it. They're like, okay, but moving forward this week, I'm going to stay consistent with my morning routine. That's an agreement they just made. Regardless of if they told their friend, their family, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their team members or not, they just made an agreement in their mind for this week, I'm going to be consistent with my morning routine. And then they go and they're not. That's even worse now because you acknowledged it and you didn't even follow through with it. So now that's even worse. So what you want to do is you want to acknowledge it, but you want to change fast because you can get out of it fast only if you are willing to, right? A few weeks ago, I'm a perfect example of it, right? A few weeks ago, I told you guys on Mornings with Nano, I said, yo, from this day moving forward, you guys will not see the same Nano ever again, right? I told you guys I was feeling out of touch. I was feeling off. My energy was just being, attacked. And it just felt really, really off in July, right? July, mid-July to end of July was a weird energy time for me, right? My energy was attacked. It was feeling off. I was breaking agreements. I wasn't waking up for my morning routine every day. It was just off, right? And then I jumped on Mornings with Nano and I said, my goal for this week, okay, I acknowledged that. I remember writing it down. I wasn't being consistent with my working out, with my eating, everything. My energy was just super off. So I acknowledged it. And what did I do? I said, for this last week of July, my goal is not going to be to enroll people into my business. My goal is not going to be to make a certain amount of money trading. My goal for the month, for this week, which was the last week of July, is to do my morning routine all 7 days. That was my goal. That was my agreement. That was the agreement that I made. I said, for the last week of July, my goal is to go into this last week of July and do my morning routine all 7 days, right? That was the agreement that I made. I didn't make any other agreement. I didn't make an agreement to call anybody, to post on social media, to make money, to recruit people into my business. I didn't make no agreement but to work on me first. Because if I want to get good, if I want things to change for me, I got to get good first. So what I did was I worked on me first. I said, okay, let me get on me first. And I did my morning routine for 7 days. Everything changed for me then. Why? Because I went from being off with my energy, everything being all over the place, bad eating habits, morning routine inconsistently, not doing my night routine. And then what happened is the energy starts to reflect in your team. Then my team's energy, I started to see it. And I'm like, you know what? We need to change this ASAP. We need to change this quick. So I made an agreement. I said, from this day forward, I'm going to do it 7 days. I did it for 7 days. Once I did it for 7 days, I felt amazing. So I said, now I'm going to push for 21 days. During that 21 days, so many breakthroughs started to happen. Everybody on Mornings with Nano started to do it with me, right? On August 1st, a lot of people agreed, you know what, Nano, I'm with you on this one, bro. Everybody started to run. Then guess what, guys? The whole team started to do it. And now guess what? The whole team is in momentum. Everybody's running. Everybody on the team is growing. Everybody is just beautifully growing in front of my eyes while I'm growing. Just because I decided to stick to the agreement that I said I was going to do, right? I told you guys the first test was 7 days. The second test was 21 days. My next test is 66 days. That's an agreement that I'm making to go 66 days. Today, I'm at number 29. Tomorrow will be 30. From tomorrow, I'll be 36 days away. That's an agreement that I made. So it's so amazing. Let me tell you guys why. Because mid-September, I'm going to fly to Arizona. While I'm in Arizona and I'm at my company convention, I got to keep my routine going while I'm out there. Even if that means I got to wake up an hour earlier than everybody to do my routine, I'm going to have to do it because I can't break the agreement that I made to go 66 days straight. Doesn't matter if I have to do it on a plane. Doesn't matter if I have to do it for 30 minutes, even if it means that I got to do 10-minute meditation, 10-minute reading, 10-minute journaling. I got to find a way to make it happen. I can't break the agreement. For example, this Saturday, I woke up and I had to be at the softball field very early. We had to be there at 10:30, right? So I woke up around 9 a.m.-ish, right? And I said, man, I got to get my routine done before I go to the field. We got to be there at 10:30. I said, I'll show up a few minutes late to the field because I know we're not going to start at 10:30 on the dot. But I got to make sure that in this little hour that I have, I do my routine. So that's exactly what I did. I woke up, I got out of bed. I told my mom, brew me some coffee. She brewed me some coffee. Right away, I got into my meditation. Now, did I do a full 2 to 3 hour work on myself? No, right? But I did it moderately, right? What did I do? I woke up, I meditated 10 minutes. I read for 30 minutes. Okay, I read my chapter and then I journaled. And then on my way to the game, I was listening to my audio. So I found a way to make it happen, regardless of the fact that I had a game. Because I could have easily just been like, you know what, I got a game. Let me right. Another person I saw who didn't break his agreement, I want to give him a shout out on this call, is my brother Francis. Right. I saw that, I think it was either Friday or Saturday, he didn't get a chance to do his routine in the morning. But then you know what? He posted in the nighttime, but at 10 o'clock, from 10 to midnight, he did his routine. He said, yo, I didn't get a chance to do it in the daytime, but at night, I'm going to catch up and I'm going to do what I was supposed to do. You see, that's the key, is sticking to your agreement no matter what happens. No matter what is going on, you got to stick to what you say you're going to do, because at the end of the day, if you stick to your word, everything will start to work in your favor. Let me repeat that one more time. When you stick to your word, everything will start to work in your favor, because you are not breaking agreements. Most people break agreements, and that's why they start to go backwards instead of forward. You want to get to the next level. You want to level up. You want to accomplish things that you've never accomplished before. You have to set an agreement and stick to it until you accomplish it, no matter what it takes. You can't be the person that is starting these agreements and breaking them. You can't be that person. Because I'm telling you, it starts to catch up to you. It starts to catch up because it's caught up to me. It has caught up to me. When I've broken my agreements, it catches up. And then it's so hard sometimes to get yourself back in that groove because of the agreements that you've continued to break. It's so hard sometimes. I'm telling you guys, it's been very hard for me sometimes, okay, to get out of certain slumps and certain things that I like, little ruts that I've gotten myself into because of the agreements that I'm broken. Look, I could look back to the times that I got myself into slumps, and the reason why I got myself into slumps was because of the agreements that I broke to myself. Every time. If I look back now and I think about it, every time I got myself into a slump was because I said I was going to do something and I didn't do it. And guess what? It started to pile up. And then again, I said it. And then again, I said it. And then again, I said it. And then again, I broke them. And again, I broke them. And again, I broke them. And next thing you know, I caught myself in a very low vibrational place where I lacked confidence, belief. I was insecure. Boom, 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 boom. And then guess what tends to happen? I'm at that low vibration. So now by law, I'm only going to attract more situations, more circumstances, more people to keep me at that vibration, and to attract more people that now by law of association that also break agreements. Because remember, you become who you hang out with. You are a reflection of the people that you spend the most time with. So then I'm starting to hang out with people, and I'm realizing that the people that I'm hanging out with are also breaking agreements. And I'm conscious of this stuff. So I'm looking at this stuff and I'm like, damn, Nano, this is really happening, bro. Like it's one thing when you're not conscious, but when you are conscious, things hit you a little bit different. Because you start to see like, yo, you are only a reflection of the people around you. So I started to look around. I'm like, damn, look at this guy. He's breaking agreements. She's breaking agreements. Damn, that's only a reflection of me. Because if I was not breaking agreements, I wouldn't be attracting these people into my life. And then I started to change. You got to make the changes. You have to stop breaking agreements. These are one of the things that are holding you back right here, guys. I'm telling you. There's multiple agreements that we break each and every single day. We got to stop breaking them, because these are the things that are holding us back. And this is the things that are stopping us from accomplishing the things that we truly want in life. That's why sometimes we can't even do the simple little basic things. Sometimes we can't even do the simple basic things in life because we've broken too many agreements in the past. And it's up to us to change that. So if you are on this call and you're somebody who's been breaking agreements, let this call be the shift. I've needed calls like this in my life for me to have shifts of momentum. I think this call is the same for a lot of you on this call as well. I would love to see a lot of you shift your momentum. I would love to see a lot of the individuals on this call right now shift from what was someone who broke agreements to someone who just keeps his agreements moving forward. Make it a goal not to break an agreement for the rest of the year. That's the type of time that I am on. I'm on the type of time that I don't want to break an agreement for the rest of the year. Because trust me, there is no worse feeling than when you break an agreement and you catch yourself going into a slump because you simply couldn't follow through on the simple things in life. I'm telling you, it could change everything for you. Every agreement that you keep, you grow. Your conscious level starts to expand. Your awareness starts to expand. You start to reach new levels of consciousness. You know why I know that's true? Because my consistency over the last 29 days has put me on a vibration and on a conscious level that I've never been on for a very long time. The way I think is completely different from how I was thinking 29 days ago. My awareness level is so much higher now than it was 29 days ago. The way that my body feels, the way that I wake up, the energy levels, the intentions, everything from who I was 29 days ago to today is literally black and white. It's black and white. The thoughts that are flowing through my head are only positive thoughts. It doesn't even hurt for me to do my routine anymore. It's like I want to do it. I look forward to doing it. I was telling Katie that last night. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and do my routine. Whoever thought we would get to that? I was excited last night to wake up today and do my morning routine. I was thinking about my healthy meal that I was going to eat last night. I was thinking about what I wanted to eat today last night. I'm like, yo, tomorrow I get to eat a healthy meal for lunch. I'm so excited for that. Think about that. Like, I am excited about things that I was not once excited about. This is so key now. I was not like this 29 days ago. But you know what? I kept my agreement. I said I was going to do that, and I did it. I said I was going to stay consistent all 7 days, including the weekends, and I'm doing it. I said I was going to read those books, and I read those books. I said I was going to study Kevin Trudeau, and I've been studying Kevin Trudeau. I said I was going to get my e-commerce store set up, and I got my e-commerce store set up. I said I was going to make some money trading this month. I've made money trading this month. Everything that I said I was going to do this month has become a reality. Because I know what I said I was going to do, and I've kept my agreement. And by law, because I've done that, now I am receiving the rewards for my agreements. You want a higher level of consciousness? You want to start to think differently? You want your awareness to expand? You want to feel good? You want to be on fire? You want everything to work in your favor? You want to attract abundance into your lifetime? Keep your agreements. We all know what the first agreement is. One of the first agreements, and I'm not even talking about the 4 agreements, but we know what one of the agreements in life is Be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with what you say you're going to do. The thing is that sometimes because we say we're going to do things and we don't do them, we think that it doesn't do anything to us. But what you don't know is that inside and subconsciously it's hurting you more than you will ever know. But the thing is that you guys don't feel it physically, though. That's the problem. You feel it spiritually. And remember, spiritually is unseen. The physical is what is seen. If every time you broke an agreement, somebody smacked you or somebody physically like punched you or something, it would be different. It would be different because you would be like, damn, if I break this agreement, I'm going to get smacked, or I'm going to get, smacked in the head or punched or hit in the ankle or something that hurts, right? Imagine if every time you broke an agreement, you were physically hit or bothered or hurt or in some kind of shape, way, or form. You would be more careful with breaking agreements, right? Look, you know what's something that hurts? Somebody hitting your shins. Imagine somebody hitting your shin every time you or your funny bone. Imagine somebody just taps you in your funny bone every time with a hammer, and you're like, damn, this is what happens when you break agreements. You get hit in your funny bone. Like, imagine if that was your punishment for not doing your agreements. That you get, or stubbing your toe, right? Somebody stubs your toe and you're like, this hurts so much. Yo, I promise you guys, you would not want to break those agreements. You would not want to break those agreements if you knew that you were going to be physically hurt in some kind of shape, way, or form. But the thing is that because we're not physically hurt, we don't take it serious. But the thing is that it's even worse because we get spiritually hurt. We get spiritually attacked. And remember, listen to this. And I know some of you guys may not want to hear this, but I got to tell you guys this. Every time you break an agreement, you go lower and lower and lower on the vibration scale. When you're low in that vibration scale, you know who's going to attack you while you're in that low vibration? The demons, fam. You're in that perfect vulnerable spot. You're in that vulnerable position right there. You're in that low energy level. You're in that low energy level right there. And then what tends to happen, the demons start to attack you because you're vulnerable. They know you don't keep your word. They know all you do is break your agreements. They know you lack confidence. You're in fear. You're in doubt. You're insecure. Let's attack you now. Let's attack them. You giving the demons access to you the moment you lower yourself to those vibrations. I'm telling you because I've had to fight them multiple times. I've been at those low vibrations multiple times. And I've seen that when I'm at those low vibrations, I see, because I'm conscious and I understand this information, I see how they try to attack you. I see it. I'm like, yo, look at this. It's really happening. Like, I see the demons trying to attack me and test me. While I'm at those low vibrations, I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here ASAP. Gotta get out of here ASAP because I cannot stay here. I'm gonna tell you guys something that's gonna blow your guys' mind right now. Right? When I was listening to KT, he talked about conscious levels. And he talked about the collective consciousness of the world. I want you guys to listen to what I'm about to tell you guys very closely, okay? there are certain programs in life all of us are a part of, right? And we are all connected to a collective consciousness. All right. I need you guys to understand this is so important. Okay. Remember, like I said, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is only transferred. Right. Now, there is a collective consciousness. Nano, what are you talking about when you say a collective consciousness? There is a majority of people who are thinking the exact same way, and their energy level is in one ball of energy, right? So let's just use this candle as an example, right? This candle represents, okay, the collective consciousness of about 90 to 95% of people. The way that they think, the way that they, process information, the thoughts that they have, the feelings, the emotions, everything. This is the collective consciousness because this is where all the energy is being transferred to this collective consciousness. Okay. So in this consciousness, people are connected to it. Think about it like a string, like a string that's coming down from it, and everybody is connected. Majority are connected to this collective consciousness right here. And when you are connected to this consciousness, you think the same, you have the same habits, you have the same fears, doubts, insecurities, everything. And if you sit down and if you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Most people have the same way of thinking. Most people have the same fears because they are being programmed by the collective consciousness, okay? Now, when you are connected to this consciousness, you're stuck. You're done for. Your whole life is basically done right here when you are connected to this conscious level, to this collective energy, to this collective programming. You're going to think just like everybody else. You're going to lack money just like everybody else. You're going to struggle just like everybody else. You're going to have thoughts of insecurities just like everybody else. You're going to have limits. All of that stuff that is in this collective consciousness, you're going to have it because you are connected to it. You have the habits, you have the thoughts, you have everything that this collective consciousness has. Think about it. It don't matter if we are here, if we are in India, if we are in China, if we are in Dubai, if we are in South America. There are people that have the same way of thinking because it is all energy. It is a collective consciousness of majority of the people. Think about the world. Think about what's happening. This is all a collective consciousness of that. Now, you don't want to be connected to that. The energy that you want to be connected to is the other one, which is the 5% energy. But that energy is a lot smaller because it's at least it's small, it's a smaller amount of people. It's only 5% of people in this collective consciousness. But in this collective consciousness, what happens? People keep their agreements. People are impeccable with their word. They meditate, they read. It's the infinite abundance of knowledge is here. Okay. There's so much knowledge. There's so much in this collective consciousness here. There's no limits here. There's abundance here. There is peace. There is love. There is everything that we are searching for here. But most people are connected here. If you break agreements, you are a part of this collective consciousness. Have you realized that the moment I stopped breaking agreements, I became a part of this collective consciousness? And how now everything is working in my favor? How now everything is working in my favor? How now everything is attracting to me? Now I'm living in nothing but abundance. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling aligned. I'm feeling connected. I'm filled with joy, love, elated, because I'm a part of this collective consciousness now. And this one is positive. This one is what I want. This one is helping me attract everything that I want. This one is helping me meet the people, and it's putting me in the circumstances and in the situations in order for me to become who I want to become. $100,000 a month has never been so clear to me. I'm only talking to people that are a part of this collective consciousness. This is deep stuff, fam. Deep, deep, deep stuff. I could dive deeper into this and I would blow your minds with the information that I've been learning about how this world actually works when it comes to programming. It's all energy. It's all control. It's all control. You are a part, majority of people are a part of that collective consciousness. And this is what is allowing you guys, you got to break that consciousness. You got to break out of that and go and connect to the higher levels of consciousness. This is what's going to get you and stuck for life. Our families, our friends, our neighbors, our co-workers, our friends, our family are connected to this. They're connected here. They don't know what this is. Good looking, bro. They don't know what this is right here. That's why sometimes it even sounds impossible to certain people to think that they can make those amount of money and accomplish those kind of things, because all they know is this. And all they think is this. I've been here multiple times, but I've broke out of it already. I can't go back here. When I was here, I was stuck. When I was here, I had the same habits as other people. When I was here, I was breaking my agreements. When I was here, I was lacking consistency. I was lacking belief. I was lacking confidence in myself when I was here. Because that's the collective consciousness of everybody else in the world. Everybody else is the same way. Everybody else is transferring that energy to the collective consciousness. So that's what happens when you're connected to it. It's only by, that's why some people can't even explain why they can't do certain things. It's because they are connected, fam. You ever had somebody come up to you and be like, bro, I don't even know how I'm stuck. I can't even figure out how. Bro, they're connected to that conscious level, man. And they're not aware of how to get out of it. And they're not aware of what they need to do to get out of it. I'm reading this book right now. This book is going to take me to a whole nother level. Right? I don't recommend people buy this book. It's not for everybody. But this is the USA Guide to Balance, right? It's an incredible book. It's a very advanced book, okay? So I don't recommend most people to buy this book, but the first chapter right away talks about the mind, right? And it was talking about the mind. This is deep level stuff, though. Like, this is as deep as it gets right here, okay? And listen to this right here. It says scientific research suggests that humans are only using 8% to 12% of their brain power. The same goes for the capacity of the mind. When we are consciously awake, we are only utilizing 10% of the mind. The other 90% is the subconscious mind, which is programmable similar to a computer. Many have been programmed by outside sources in ways only the subconscious intelligence can define and store. I can hear you. Mainly from symbolic advertisements, radio, TV, society's expectations, and so on. This conditioning can build up layers of illusionary personality, causing somebody to never be themselves, from heart to a catalyst of suffering and unhappiness, fam. Listen to that one more time really quick. I want you guys to listen to this. All right, listen to this again. He said, when we are consciously awake right now, all of us, we are consciously awake right now. Okay, we are only utilizing 10% of our mind right now. While we're awake on this call right now, throughout the day, we were only going to use 10% of our mind today. Only 10%. The other 90% is the subconscious mind, which is programmable similar to a computer. Okay. Many have been programmed by outside sources in ways only the subconscious intelligence can define and store. Okay. So many of us have been programmed subconsciously, like I said, through breaking the agreements, through the things that we hear, the music that we listen to, all of this stuff. Listen to this, right? Mainly from symbolic advertisements. That's why I be telling you guys, stay off of social media, right? Stay off of these things, that all of these advertisements, whether you think that they're just little advertisements or not, they are doing something to you. Okay? These news channels are doing something to us, right? They're doing it to our families too. Subconsciously, some of our families, they're just way too deep into that stuff that it's just way too deep. They're way too deep into it, right? Mainly symbolic advertisements, radio, TV, and society's expectations and so on. What is society's expectation for us? Go to school, get good grades, get a degree, and work and work and work and work until you retire. That is society's expectation of us. This is the expectation of society. You made it. For some people, if you graduated college and you got a degree and you're working a job, in people's eyes, you made it. You made society's expectation of you. You did it. Congratulations. But listen to what he says. He says this conditioning can build up layers of an illusionary personality, causing somebody to never be themselves. Wow. So all of this stuff that we're doing, all of these agreements that we break, all of this music that we listen to, all these news channels, all these advertisements, all this food, all this stuff, what this is doing, guys, remember, while we're up is only 10%, the other 90% is subconscious. So what it's doing is layers and layers and layers. This condition can build up layers of an illusionary personality, causing somebody to never be themselves. How many people do we know out there that are not being themselves right now? Let's be real. They're not themselves right now. Why? Because they're being controlled. They're being controlled. They've been a part of this collective consciousness for way too long. They've broken way too many agreements. And they don't even know who they are anymore. I've been there before. So if you're on this call and you feel like, damn, Nano, you talking directly to me, I want you to know that I have been there before. And all it took was for me to acknowledge it and make a change, and everything changed. That's all it took. It was as simple as that. It was as simple as that. Last thing I'm going to say, and this is a story that I heard from Kevin Trudeau as well, right? And the story goes as such. There's a story of the magician Houdini. All right. Houdini was one of the most famous magicians in the world. Okay. And Houdini would love to play these magic tricks on people. And what he would do was he would go from country to country. Okay, and what he would do is he would do these magic tricks in jails. He would go to like prisons, and he would ask them to lock him in a prison, and he was gonna get out of it. Listen to this story. This is gonna blow your mind. So Houdini, this famous magician, he would literally go from country to country, city to city, and he would do these magic shows where he would have officers lock him in a jail, lock him in a jail cell, right? And he would come out of it, right? So they took him to this, jail in Germany, okay? And while he was in Germany, he told them, yo, lock me in this jail. So this is supposed to be one of the top prisons in the world. Nobody has ever escaped, the whole nine. He tells them, just please let me go in. My brother Butter was goody. He says, just let me go in with my clothes on. That's all he asks. He says, as long as you allow me to go in with my clothes on, I'll be good. Now, what people didn't know was that Houdini was a master locksmith, which meant that he could break locks and everything and so on and so forth, right? So they throw him in the jail cell, right? They throw him in the jail cell and they close the door behind his back, right? The reason why he wanted to go in with his clothes on was because in certain parts of his clothes, he had tools that can help him break out of his, shackles and out of the thing. So they put him in the cell, they lock the door, and they go. He quickly gets out of the handcuffs because he knows, boom, boom, he gets out. So now he's working on the door to get out of the door. So he's sitting there and he's working on it. 30 minutes passed. He hasn't got out yet. He's working on the door. An hour passes. He still hasn't got out. 2 hours pass. 3 hours pass. 4 hours. 5 hours pass. And he still hasn't been able to break the door or get through the door or unlock the door. And he is literally sweating. He is mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. He's done everything in his power to try to get out of this door, all right, try to get out of this jail, but he hasn't been able to get out of it. And because of so much effort, so much just attempt to want to get out of it, he like falls on top of the door and the door opens. The officers left the door open. So this whole time, he was thinking that the door was locked. So he was working on the lock for five hours. And he couldn't understand why he couldn't open this lock. But the whole time, all he had to do was just push the door open. Now, what is the story? What is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that we live our whole lives living like if we are in that jail cell. Like we live in a jail cell our whole lives, believing that we're locked in a jail cell that we can't get out of. Not knowing that all we have to do is open the door at any time and we can be free. That's all we have to do. All we have to do is open the door and we are free. You just have to make the decision that we are free. But people live their whole lives thinking that they are in a jail cell, that they can't get out of that idea of where they can go and what they want to accomplish in life. They live their whole lives in that box, not knowing that at any point in time, all they have to do is push the door open and you can get out. Most people are in there like Houdinis, trying to get out. And at the end of the day, all you have to do is push the door open and you're free. All it takes is that. So you guys got to get out of that mental box, that mental jail that you are in, thinking that you can't accomplish those things. Just push the door open and it's yours. What you want is yours. All you have to do is push the door open. Stop trying so hard to break the lock and think that there's this secret sauce to, dude, all I had to do was open the door. Think about that. Everyone on this call has to do is just open the door. Just open the door. Stop being a prisoner in your own mind. Stop being the prisoner of your own mind. You are locked in there, and that's what's holding you back, fam. Go open that door, and you can get out at any time. It's already open. Stop trying to unlock it. Stop trying to do all these crazy things to the door, because the door is already open. It's just a choice you got to make. It's just a choice you have to make. All right, fam. So it's 11:15. I hope that you guys got a lot of value from this call. It wasn't a 10 steps to success or any of that stuff. It was a training, and it was a call, and it was a conversation that I wanted to have with you guys so you can stop breaking these agreements that are holding you back. Once you stop breaking these agreements, you will start to accomplish everything that you want. Whatever you said you were going to do this week, whether it was read that book, whether it was starting to work out, whatever it was that you said you were going to do, go do it. Whatever it was, just go do it. Don't make any excuses. And trust me, fam, that door is open. Get out of that mental prison thinking that you are stuck. You are not stuck. All you have to do is open the door. It's all you have to do is open the door. Don't be the person that lives their whole life in this mental box, in this mental prison that you can't get out of this. When in reality, it's all as simple as a decision. Success is a decision away. A decision to just open the door and go into the freedom and live the life that you've always wanted to live, fam. All right. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys got value from this call, put a 333 in the chat box and leave a like. If you're on this call real quick, like this video, please. If you got value from this video. All right. If you got value from this video, put a 333 and like this video. I would really, really appreciate it if we could get the likes up to 200 plus. We're at about 136 right now, but we got 400 plus on the call. So let's get these likes up to 200. I would appreciate that so much for the value I gave you guys this morning. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Long Live Nano. You can follow me on TikTok at Long Live Nano as well. And my Twitter is Live Love Nano. All right. Be careful of any fake pages. If any fake pages of mine follow you, please report them. Please, block them. Don't pay attention to them. I will never ask you for money. And I will never ask any of you guys how your trades are going. Okay. So please don't fall for the fake pages. This is very, very valuable right here information. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Turn on the post notifications as well. Okay. TR, I agree. It should be over 500 likes. But family, trust me, I have been learning so much. And I have been growing my mindset so much. And trust me when I tell you guys that I am coming different these next few months, because the knowledge and the information that I have access to right now is next level. Okay, I'm even going to put you guys onto some deeper stuff that I've been getting put onto, but I'm going to leave that conversation for another day. Okay, but just know that we're tapping into newer levels of consciousness. Okay, and it's just so much that I don't know if you guys are ready for it, but I'm going to put you on, so don't worry. All right, fam. So I'm going to do a quick prayer for us, and we're going to wrap it up right there. Quick prayer. Everybody bow your heads. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for allowing us to wake up on this beautiful Monday morning where it's filled with your grace and your abundance. This week is going to be filled with so many breakthroughs, and I already feel it, God. Thank you so much ahead of time for the quantum leaps that we're going to experience, for the breakthroughs we're going to experience, for the growth, for the conscious level of awareness that people are going to develop. It just feels this week that there's been a massive shift of energy, and you could just feel it on the calls. You could just feel it in your body. We could feel it everywhere, God, and we can feel your presence more than ever right now. And that just means that more and more amazing things are coming. I pray, God, that you continue to keep our hands open so we can receive all the blessings that you have for us. And anyone who's dealing with any mental challenges and anyone who's stuck in those mental prisons, God, help them escape out of those, because the more people that we help escape and just open that door, the bigger the impact, the bigger the knowledge, the bigger everything is going to be. And I'm just super excited to see so many of us grow, elevate, and reach new levels of consciousness and awareness, because this is going to be the year that everything changes for us. This is going to be the last quarter that everyone is going to elevate to new levels and break through conscious levels of awareness that they've never been able to reach, because now is the time. So we are just extremely thankful for what you do for us every day. We are thankful for the wisdom, the knowledge, and the protection that you provide us with each and every single day. We ask for a week filled with love and abundance and breakthroughs. We appreciate you so much, and we love you even more. Let's go out there and have a great day. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 All right, let's get it. All right, fam. So with that being said, that wraps up today's call. Fam, please, 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 whatever it is that you guys do, is do not break any agreements this week. Make it a goal that everything that you say you're going to do, you do it this week. If you agree that you're going to do your morning routine all 7 days this week, do it all 7 days. If you made an agreement that you're going to finish that book, finish that book. If you made an agreement that, you're going to post more on social media, post on social media. Whatever you agree that you are going to do, do it. And don't stop until you make it happen. And if you've been breaking agreements, all you have to do is acknowledge it and then make the change. All right, fam? So I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Mornings with Neno. God bless, fam. Let's go.